you've been at the forefront of trying to raise public awareness during this pandemic. As you know, in this state, we're used to dealing with crises. How have you seen the people, the university, and of this state respond?
Yeah, I think the governor has done a tremendous job. Me being in this meeting with his staff meeting, I'm so glad as a resident of Louisiana that he's our governor. Just number one. Number two is I think that the university has handled itself in a proper way. I think Scott Woodward has given us great direction. We've been at home. Our guys have been working from home. We've just been following direction. As far as I know, it looks like the state of Louisiana has done basically a good job. And I think there'll be a transition phase coming up. And whenever that transition phase is, I hope everybody follows the rules and we get through this thing.
We haven't asked you about Jabril Cox yet, but I guess just what kind of quick impact do you think he can make, and how do you think you guys might use him this season?
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you talked about it. He signed so we can finally talk to him. We feel that he's going to be an immediate impact player, and we've done a good job with graduate transfers here, and we're glad that we got him. We feel that we talked to some NFL people, and they felt that he was going to be a number one draft choice if he went out. And obviously, we lost some linebackers. We got some good young linebackers coming back, but this guy's should be an immediate impact player for us.
As a program that's obviously replacing so much production, so many starters, I guess just how much more important would a spring have been for you this season, considering you had so many new faces?
Yeah, obviously having a new quarterback, a new offensive line, having a new defense. But you know what, Brody? Everybody's on the same playing field, man. So it's not like we couldn't have spring ball, nobody else could. So I think that the work that we've been doing on a daily basis is going to help us. I think that once we get back, our guys are going to be eager. I think the biggest thing for us is for the quarterback and the receivers to get their timing down and to catch a bunch of balls together. And I think the gelling of the offensive line. Once we do that, I think we're going to be fine.
How much do you check in with your players at this point, what they're doing, what they're working out? Do they send you, I guess, video of what they're doing, or how often do you talk to them?
Yeah, I get videos, man. Our guys in Zoom meetings. I'll call our guys on the phone. I'm in touch with them. Obviously, the guys are going to hear from me at least once a week. They're with their coaches every day for an hour on the Zoom meetings. So mostly they're spending a lot of time with the assistant coach, their position coach. But I do call them. I do get their films in, and they send them to me. And I'm in constant contact with them.
What's as far as throwing, what's Myles been doing?
He's been down there at St. Stanislaus. Obviously they're doing a lot of working out on their own. I think he has a couple of guys down there that he played football with, tight end or something like that, and a couple of friends that they're throwing the ball together, doing the things that they can do. But obviously it's not the same as it is here.
What's the most unique situation you found yourself in during this pandemic and the way that you're having to recruit right now?
First of all, the phone calls and the FaceTime are great. I think all that stuff is good. I think that I miss being with the staff. I think the camaraderie of the staff, the camaraderie of the football team. I think that we build our energy on each other. And, spending a lot of time alone, not with our football team, I think that's the thing I miss the most.
Has there been anything in these last, 6 weeks or 5-6 weeks that you think going forward, whenever everything returns to, somewhat normal, that will, carry on kind of in the world of sports?
You're funny you're talking about that. These Zoom meetings, They were always there for us. We never used them. I'll give you an example. Greg McMahon, who loves to do research and development, was in a Zoom meeting with a guy from the San Francisco 49ers, and they're going over some research and development on some certain parts of the special teams that we want to get better. And in the past, we felt we felt like we had to get on a plane to go visit those guys. We had to come here. So I think the Zoom meetings have done a lot of great things. It's easier for us to get in contact with our players. It's something that they're used to. I think the old guys like me on the staff got to get used to it, but I think it's here to stay.
You know, obviously the pro day was not there, and also the spring game, and you've talked a little bit about that. Do you expect at some point to have some kind of, I don't know, either a scrimmage or some kind of thing before the season begins again? And how do you think you'll get some on-field time before the next?
Sure. You know, we're not sure of that yet. I think there will be some. I don't know if it's going to be. Obviously, I think we're going to have camp. I think that come August we should have camp, and you have to have camp to get ready for the season. I think that June and July is still up in the air. There's some talk about these things, or working out, or maybe getting a little time on the football field. We'll just see. Obviously, that's out of our control. But I do believe that you need several weeks in the summer of conditioning. I think you need several weeks in the summer of some type of football, and then give them a little break and come back to camp and get ready.
Coach, before we let you go, have you done any what else have you done in your spare time? Have you watched any television, any Netflix? What are you doing that you normally didn't do? Watching
too much television. Hey, I'm done with the television. I'm ready to go to work. No, I watched the replays. I enjoy Peyton Places, man. I watched that. I think he's very informative. I watch as much sports as I can. I'm done flicking through the channels, man. I'm ready to go to work.